Every B2B company faces it. A great client is late on a payment. The dilemma is real. What if the secret to collecting B2B debt isn't a business tactic, but is hidden inside consumer protection laws? This isn't about being nice. It's about being strategic. Respectful approaches get better results. The hard truth is that aggressive tactics destroy long-term value. A collaborative approach builds it. In the next few minutes, we'll build a complete ethical recovery framework, from prevention to final escalation. Ethical recovery starts before an invoice is ever sent. Your best tool is a rock-solid, transparent foundation. First, establish crystal-clear payment terms from the start. This isn't adversarial, it's professional clarity. Second, conduct thorough credit checks on new clients. Know who you're partnering with to mitigate risk from day one. Finally, document every single interaction about payments. This creates a clear, factual record that protects both parties. You've built the foundation. But what do you do the moment an invoice is past due? Your communication strategy is now paramount. Don't wait 30 days. Start with proactive, polite, and firm reminders. Use empathetic language. Assume good intent first. This reframes the conversation from you versus me to us versus the problem. It avoids triggering a defensive reaction, keeping your client open to solutions. The goal is open, honest communication. Invite them to discuss their situation. This act of listening is fundamental to preserving the relationship. This doesn't have to be manual. Use automated systems for initial reminders, freeing up your team for high-empathy conversations when needed. This leads to a personalized approach. A high-value, long-term client with a temporary issue requires a different strategy than a new risky account. You've started a collaborative conversation. Now, what solutions can you put on the table? This is where flexibility becomes your superpower. The most powerful tool is offering flexible payment options. This shows you value the relationship over a rigid deadline. For a good client with a cash flow crunch, suggest an installment plan. This helps them manage finances while ensuring you get paid. Consider a small discount for immediate settlement of an overdue invoice. The small loss is worth the recovered cash and preserved goodwill. To apply these tools effectively, use segmentation. Group accounts receivable by invoice value, client history, and relationship strength. For example, a high-value client gets a personal call and flexible options. A new client gets automated reminders before a personal follow-up. You've been proactive, communicative, and flexible. But what if the client still won't pay? This is the moment most relationships break. Before you escalate, you must understand the legal landscape. B2B collection laws vary significantly by state for both you and your client. The next step is often a third party. Keep watching to learn how you can use a collection agency without being seen as the villain. One alternative is mediation. A neutral third party can facilitate a resolution, which feels less adversarial and keeps the door open. But if you do need an agency, timing is everything. A common mistake is waiting too long. Engaging an agency at 90 days past due is optimal. So how do we tie this all together? How does your initial setup influence your final outcome when things get complicated? Let's connect the dots. Recall those clear payment terms from the beginning? That's not just a preventative measure. It's the foundation for clear negotiations later. And the documentation of every email and call? That becomes the professional brief you hand to a mediator or agency, making their job effective. So here's the answer. You hire an agency that mirrors your collaborative approach, acting as an extension of your respectful process. The entire process is a single, integrated system. Prevention, communication, flexibility, and escalation all work together to protect your business. Recovering debt isn't a battle to be won. It's a problem to be solved collaboratively, turning a liability into an opportunity. Just as consumer laws advocate for respect, applying that same principle in B2B collections yields better, more sustainable results. Your takeaway is this. Review your collections process today. Are you set up for proactive prevention? Is your communication empathetic? Start implementing this ethical framework. Businesses that master collecting payments while preserving partnerships are the ones that will thrive.